Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Or as we say in Quebecois, Joyeux Noël. Ah, my goodness. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Canada. Ah, so good to see you all here. So good to see that there's no snow either, eh? Well, gather round, everyone. Gather round. Come and hear as I tell my stories of Christmases in Canada, one of the largest countries in the world. Who am I, huh?
Santa Claus.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to the Canadian wilderness. Through my travels, I have seen Christmas traditions and customs, both wonderful and fascinating. I truly have seen it all. You don't mind if I sit, do you? Good. I've just come from looking for the perfect Christmas tree. Yes. You do know that Canada grows most of the world's Christmas trees, right? Over 1 million trees on 100,000 acres every year. That's a lot of looking, let me tell you. Well, there we are. Now, with a country as large as Canada, and its people from so many different backgrounds, the First Nations peoples, the German, French, English, and Ukrainian, it shouldn't come as a surprise that many of its Christmas traditions and customs are both quite wonderful and quite different, depending on what part of Canada you visit or whose home you might be in. For example, most Canadians await the arrival of Santa Claus, while others await La Père Noël. And some people in certain parts of Canada know nothing of either. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask all of you a question. Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Yes.
Good. Me too. Well, make no mistake about it. Our lovely Canada is very, very special to Santa Claus, or La Père Noël. Yes. Paul, let me ask you this. What country do you think Santa makes his first stop on Christmas Eve?
Canada.
Canada, of course. And where do you think Santa finds the fastest and smartest reindeer? Canada, of course. And where do you think Santa and Mrs. Claus have their lovely summer home? Canada? Are you kidding? Miami Beach. Even Santa can only take so much snow. Well, you might be wondering, though, what in the world could be so different about the holidays up in the Great White North, eh? Well, plenty. Like many of the Christmas traditions and customs across the United States differ. Swiss and German customs in Pennsylvania, Scandinavian customs in Minnesota and Wisconsin, so too do the Christmas traditions and customs of Canada reflect the differences of its people who come from places all over the world. So one year on my travels across the beautiful Canadian provinces, starting in the snow-capped mountains of British Columbia to the west, to Newfoundland in the east, I decided to check out these beautiful traditions myself. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's going to find out who's naughty or nice, everyone. Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh, good, you remember that song. Excellent. Scared the pants off of you when you were a kid, huh? Well, people often ask me, how does Santa actually know who's naughty or who's nice? Well, he has his ways. In some traditional Canadian homes, he has special help determining who's naughty or nice. Strangers and unusual clothing who visit homes during the holidays are called relatives. No, they're called Bill Snickles. As the story goes, if Canadian children have been particularly bad throughout the year, not only will they expect a little coal in their stocking, but they should expect a visit from the devilish Bill Snickles who will grab them up and take them away. Don't worry, we'd never allow that to happen. But Canadian children are particularly good this time of year, let me tell you. Well, that brings us to January 6th, the Feast of the Epiphany. For my friends to the north, the Inuit children expect the arrival of Nalioks. Nalioks are strange characters much like the Belsnickles, and they travel from home to home carrying sticks. And the children sing carols to the Nalioks as they bang their sticks on the ground. Then the children are asked questions about their behavior throughout the year, and if they answer with a truthful heart, the Nalioks then open their bags, and the good boys and girls are given presents and gifts. Speaking of gifts, my favorite present, of course, is the gift of food. In Quebec, there's nothing I like more than the old French custom of a late dinner on Christmas Eve right after midnight mass called La Réveillon. Oh, La Réveillon. I can almost taste the tortilla, a savory meat pie right now. Oh, and the tortilla has good company too. A golden brown turkey served with cranberries. And my favorite side dish, de la farce, made of mashed potato stuffing and ground meat. Oh, pardon me while I reflect. Oh, wait, don't forget, of course, dessert, 4 or 5 to be exact, including my favorite La Bouche de Noël. Ah, it's a chocolate cake drizzled with icing, shaped into a Yule log, sometimes served with a rich plum pudding, a favorite of my British-Canadian friends. Pardon me again while I reflect. Oh, speaking of the British bring us a very unusual holiday, December 26th, called Boxing Day. This is when all the Christmas gifts you didn't want are taken back to the store. Everyone lines up outside and people duke it out to see who gets in first. Actually, the tradition is to give a small gift to a tradesman or servant as thanks for service well done throughout the past year. This harkens back hundreds of years to England, where the custom was on Boxing Day for the churches to open their alms boxes and the contents to be then shared with people in need. A beautiful tradition, if I say so myself. Well, my friends, as you can clearly see, Christmas traditions and customs from all over the world have made their way right here to Canada. And the people of this proud nation have made these customs and traditions their very own. But people often ask me, though, if there truly is a Canadian Santa Claus. Well, truth be told, I never have actually seen him myself. Face to face, that is. But you would do well to keep your eyes wide open, for he might be standing right in front of you. And you might not even know it. Well, my dear friends, it is about time for me to leave. There is much for me to do before the big night. But before I go, I want to ask and remind each and every one of you how important it is for all of you to have the merriest of Christmas and the happiest of holidays. Please do spend them however or wherever you may be. And please remember, be good. But not only will you have to answer to the likes of Le Père Noël, but you may also have to answer to the Nollyhooks. And they can be mean little characters, let me tell you. My dear friends, I ask you once again, please. Joyeux Noël! Merry Christmas, everyone!